Uh-oh, them butcher boys back. Yeah, sick, glitch, C-dub. Yeah, you know, we got a new motto this year. MCF, money come first. We gonna tell
Yeah. What up? It's the man about town, Virgil Berry, aka Stacks with the Facts. Y'all know y'all tuned in to another episode of Real Talk Podcast. First things first, smash that like button, click on the bell, subscribe to the page, tap in and walk with me. I just want to put y'all up on something real quick, and I'm gonna keep going in on this. Let me sit the phone down. This is important. This is an important paradigm that I think is very important for people to look at considering what's going on, not only around the world, but specifically on YouTube, right? Y'all hear me talking about HR 1955 and the Violent Radicalization and Homegrown Terrorism Act of Prevention Act of 2007, right? Now, and y'all see the title of the video. Once again, through the same, I'm talking about the same old weak ass tactics too, y'all, man. The same old weak ass tactics they're using the Divine Nine, right? And they're using these fake weak ass black liberation movements under the disguise, right, of black liberation movements. They actually is seeping through these UN Agenda 2030 protocols, right? At the same time, also building the Ministry of Truth on YouTube. Tap in and walk with me, man. All this rigmarole going on YouTube, right? I know it seems like it's all good, fun and games and entertainment and whatnot, right? But if you look a little bit beyond, I ain't gonna say deeper, because you can think deep about some messed up stuff, man. I'm gonna say look further. Look more open, if you would, right? Let me pick my phone up just in case this, you know what I'm saying? Excuse me, y'all, excuse me. We're gonna not think deep about this, but we're gonna think a little bit more open about this, right? UN Agenda 2030, right, and HR 1955, the Violent Radicalization and Homegrown Terrorism Prevention Act of 2007. Look at what's going on YouTube right now, right? Black people have created their own sector on YouTube, and just like anything we do, we popping, we generating millions, if not billions of dollars, right? And before we could ever try to like really come together and really like form some stuff like how they did with Black Wall Street and all that stuff back in the day, they sending in the agent provocateurs to break it all up, just like they did during the Civil Rights Movement and any other movement, right? Peep what they doing, man, and also be able to connect the dots on how they gonna use this stuff going on specifically, especially the black sector, right, to implement HR 1955 protocols, right? Violent radicalization, homegrown terrorism, and ideologically based violence. Tap in and walk with me, y'all. Connect the dots on this, man. Look at what's going on YouTube with all these content creators, man. I'm not going to even say nobody's name, man. Y'all know what's going on if y'all watching YouTube, man. All this division, all this separation, which some of it is necessary and needed, because like I said, we have agent provocateurs. Not only do we have agent provocateurs from the Divine Nine and agent provocateurs from, other fraternal organizations, like the Prince Hall Freemasons and stuff like that. We also have agent provocateurs that's coming from amongst us, the people, perping like they for the people, but they really all about the bag, right? While at the same time bringing in stuff that I'm pretty sure a lot of them aren't even aware of. And that's the sad part about it with me. you know what I'm saying, in the efforts to get the bag, you're bringing in the very system that you claim to be so-called speaking out against on YouTube, right? And I want y'all to really take a think about this, man. Really sit back and think about this, man. All jokes aside, I've been telling y'all about this HR 1955, and I'm not letting up. Now, in HR 1955 is the legislation that I want to say, almost specifically created for this time that we're going through right now. And once again, just like in the legislation, they are specifically targeting black nationalists, groups, movements, organizations, and people who advocate therefore or thereof, right? Even those that are using these so-called names and organizations and movements to just siphon money from epigenetically passed down trauma-afflicted black people, specifically black females or black women, right? And once again, the real, when I say the real, I'm talking about the people from the turf, the people from the streets. We have been watching this fuckery going on YouTube, and now that we done got over the stigma that all YouTube is corny, the internet is corny, and we see how we can, you know what I'm saying, diversify, you know what I'm saying, our experiences to make gainful income for ourselves off of this YouTube through our connections and our content that we create. You know what I'm saying? Once again, they see that we developing Black Wall Street again, y'all. And it ain't about race for me, because if you know me, you know I'm not a race guy. I don't get into the whole racial thing. Although I know it exists, I acknowledge its existence, but I'm not affected by it in the sense that, you know, my everyday life. You know what I'm saying? So, but we ain't gonna get into that. But yeah. And once again, they see that what's happening, so they sending in the agent provocateurs. Even the unwitting ones who don't even know they're agent provocateurs, right? And I know a lot of people sitting back watching like, this is childish, this is elementary, this is like high school, and to an extent it is. And I'll be the first person to admit that. But I over enter outer extra stand in the process of bringing people together. There's going to be some division. That's the great fallacy of humankind, is that we are contradictory beings by nature. But when it gets to the level of cognitive dissonance, like what's going on YouTube now, that's when real ones like myself have to step up and, you know, bring some clarity to the situation. And whoever can, you know what I'm saying, chew the meat and spit out the fat, that's on y'all. Take it with a grain of salt. Do your own research. Don't believe what I'm saying. But pay attention to what's going on YouTube, y'all. Pay attention. We're being separated and divided, and some of that is needed. I'm going to say that. All right? But there's so much fakery and fuckery going on YouTube, y'all, man. I encourage everybody who's real, everybody who, from whatever city you are in America, if you're a real one and you see this blatant buffoonery and fuckery that's going on YouTube, the hypocrisy, right? I suggest you speak out, because with these people on YouTube who are taking advantage of the so-called black sector just to make money off of it, really don't give a damn about black people for real, or the black community, the so-called black community. I strongly and seriously doubt the existence of such a community, right? We got to expose this stuff, man. We can't act like how they did in the civil rights movement. We can't put a blind eye to this. We got to point and expose all hand-in-my-pocket ass people, man. Right? Now, we'll take a walk with me, man. People are being violently radicalized through what they're going to call ideologically based violence. Right? Look at all the so-called little micro movements, the so-called divestment movement, the B1 network, and the what else is it? The BWE and SYBEM and SYSBM and MGTOW and all that crazy George Orwell 1984 newspeak. Y'all don't gotta walk with me on this, man. This is getting rid of the language, changing up the language, I'm with my man Syphil P on that MGTOW stuff. I don't know about that, but that just sound kind of homo to me, man. No offense to anybody who aligns or identifies with that ideology, but just men going their own way just sound like some old Brokeback Mountain type shit. Me, man, I just gotta keep it real with y'all, man. I love ladies too, so I can't see me living somewhere without women. I just rather chastise, blaze, and roast and correct behavior. You hear me? But I'm telling y'all right now what's going on YouTube, man. And what they doing with all this stuff is they're establishing and helping to establish the Ministry of Truth. Read 1984, George Orwell, the Ministry of Truth. That's what they're helping to establish and don't even realize it, right? Because as everybody is sitting talking about deplatforming, look at all the police agent provocateur behavior that's being digitally, right, imprinted onto our psyches. Doxing, that's snitching. Doxing, reporting, flagging, calling the police on people, accusing people of heinous crimes and accusing people of being pedos and stuff with absolutely no evidence whatsoever. No evidence to prove what you're saying. And then you got a whole lot of people just repeating it. Bad. Like so many sheep just repeating this stuff. Nothing is true or proven to be true, but the collective public opinion, through to repetition, hearing it, believes and make it so. This is all talked about in HR 1955, and we all are to some level being violently radicalized with ideologically based violence. I want y'all to be able to understand what I'm talking about when I correct or connect and correlate this, what I'm talking about, to what's happening. I know some of y'all get what I'm saying, but some of y'all don't, and that's okay. But y'all about to start seeing it. So although I'm going to continue to blaze and roast and do what I do, because that's what I'm here to do, I'm also going to say I don't want nobody to be deplatformed. I don't want nobody to be silenced, censored. I don't want nobody to be books taken off the shelf. I don't want nobody to, goddamn it, have their shows canceled, have their YouTube channel taken away from them, or none of that, man. I'm an intelligent, critical thinking man. I don't got to do none of that, man. Plus, I don't rock with the police, man. I'm a real live street dude, man. I don't mess with the police unless I absolutely have to, and that's for legal issues, man. And I don't get into legal issues anymore. I'm not a criminal no more. You know what I'm talking about? So, man, y'all need to go read that HR 1955, man. The Violent Radicalization and Homegrown Terrorist Prevention Act of 2007. I'm about to start going in. I'm going to have a live stream here, you know what I'm saying, so we can go in on that. I got a video on my page y'all can go check out. Just scroll down my video list and y'all see it going in on HR 1955. But I think it's high time, in due time, for me to do another, to do a live and invite people, may have an event out of it, so y'all can come on in as I break this thing down, so y'all can see what I'm talking about when I say how all this stuff on YouTube, all this bickering, all this going back and forth, how this stuff is going to be used to implement HR 1955 protocols in conjunction, collusion, connection with UN Agenda 2030. Y'all already know what it is, man. Smash that like button. Click on the bell, subscribe to the page. Hey.
And there you have it. E&E present. That's what the facts. The real contender. You could be anywhere in the world, but you're right here with me, baby. Thinking back when I was sitting in a prison cell, serving hard times for hard white and dingy skills. I got flicks from Rain Man through the prison mail. That nigga one of the realest, cause he didn't tell. 45's my brethren, I really love you, dog. When I would call collect, you would accept my call. Adrian, my sister, I love you. She used to hold me down, bringing 10 to see me. That thought just made me smile. My deuce, I love you. And all them birthday cards got me through the stress when it got so hard. Them chicks, they hopped out the whip and left me so scarred. Nakia, girl, I love you, cause you helped heal my heart. My nigga Nino Solid, that's my brethren, my brother. He held me down, I was locked up. I so love you. K-Ro, he didn't make it. He rested in the essence. Now the soul is on now, that's such a blessing. My baby girl Jen, she look like my reflection. She proof it's possible to achieve perfection. Expose all fuckery, that's my profession. No more acquiescence.